what's going on next? What is on the agenda next? Let's see. We got 5 over 3i. Now we want to get this in the form, remember, a plus bi. This is the form that we want to get it in right here. So we got to get rid of this I in the bottom, and the way we're going to do that is I'm going to multiply the bottom by I and the top by I. That's pretty easy, because now we're going to have 3 times I squared. And remember what I squared is equal to. It's equal to -1. So we have 5i over 3 times -1, but we can take this negative and just bring it out front. And this becomes -5/3 I. So there's not a real part here, but that's okay. We've got the imaginary part. Just something you gotta imagine, I guess. Anyway, let's see, what do we got going on next? How about 4 plus I over 2i? This can be broken up, but instead we're going to do it like this. We're going to multiply the bottom by I and the top by I, just like we did in the last problem. So you distribute this I across, and you get 4i plus I squared over 2 times I squared. And we'll just continue that right down here. And so we end up with 4i plus -1, right? That's replacing that I squared up there. And then 2 times -1. And of course, I can go ahead and break this up now. This is going to be 4i over -2. And then we're going to have a -1 over -2. But we can rewrite this. This is -1 over -2, so the negatives cancel out. And of course, I'm going to write it in that a plus bi form. And then this becomes -2i. That's this piece right here. 2 goes into 4 2 times. All right. Okay. What about -4i over -3 minus 5i? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply. We'll rewrite it again down here. I'm going to multiply the bottom by, this is known as the conjugate. This is the conjugate of this guy here. So -3 plus 5i. We've done this in the past. I just never called it that. Alright, so -4 times -3. Actually, I think what I'm going to do here is just write it down here. -4 times -3 is positive 12i. -4i times plus 5i is going to be minus 20i squared. Alright, over, so -3 times -3 is 9. -3 times 5 is -15i, and then -5i times -3 is positive 15i, and -5i times positive 5i is -25i squared. Now we can rewrite the numerator as 12i. Now remember, that's a -1, so that's a negative, so that makes that a positive. Over, okay, those terms cancel out. We end up with a 9